Sandy Reese has been an accomplished competitive golfer for over 50 years. In fact, he started playing golf back when woods were still made of wood. Sandy is a retired aerospace engineer who even helped put the first men on the moon. During his engineering career, he was awarded 3 patents, published numerous articles, and received several industry awards for technical innovation. Sandy formed Golf Lab in 1998 so he could design the finest game improvement putters. His customizable USGA-conforming putter design is so revolutionary that it has 1 patent and 2 more pending patents. Yet each putter is so elegantly simple that it is playable right out of the box. Riso putters are played by amateurs and professionals all over the world, and none of them are paid to use it. Now, take a couple of moments and let Sandy share a few of his rich insights about putters and putting.
Hi, I'm J. Sandy Reese, inventor of the Riso putter. Have you noticed that long putters have been growing in popularity over the last few years? They're very prevalent now on the Champions Tour and the European Tours, and they're beginning to show up on the LPGA. And there's a reason for this. People are discovering the advantages of a longer putting stroke, and the long putter gives a smoothing effect for the putting stroke. So the golfer can anchor the top of the putter up near their sternum area, up in here, and basically by just having one hand be the only moving part of the stroke, simplify the stroke mechanically, and then learn to judge their distance by the length of their stroke. So a short putt has a short stroke, a longer putt has a longer stroke. And once they develop that methodology and get away from the mindset of hitting it harder for a long putt instead of stroking it longer, which gives much more consistency, then they're on their way to improved putting. When I was in my mid to late 50s, up until that time, I had been an excellent putter, putting with a conventional length putter, and had even had such incredible putting rounds as to shoot in the 60s when only hitting 3 greens of regulation in a round of golf. So that was an awful lot of 1 putts. But as I got into my late 50s and early 60s, I really started to struggle with those pesky 3, 4, and 5 foot putts. I'd hit a great approach shot into the green or make a very good recovery shot from just off the green, and then it was just so frustrating to get up there and miss a putt of that length, and just lost my confidence. I did not have the yips, but they had to be just around the corner because I just had no confidence, and my stroke was very herky-jerky, if you will, on those length putts especially. And with my engineering background, I gravitated towards the concept of the long putter fairly quickly in an effort to solve my putting woes, and did quite a bit of testing and convinced myself early on that that was the answer for me. One of my test evaluation methodologies was to get a PVC pipe that was just a little bit bigger opening than the size of a golf ball, and I putted it into that pipe from a distance of 4 feet away, and using a conventional putter, I would make 4 to 6 putts out of 10 into that pipe. And when I went to the long putter, I was able to consistently make 9 out of 10. And at one point, I actually had a streak where I made 35 in a row from 4 feet into that small opening pipe. So there was no question in my mind that the mechanics of the stroke were superior, and that my confidence in making short putts would be much higher with the long putter. And there were naysayers out there that would say, oh gosh, when you take the long putter out, you're going to really have tough trouble putting for long distances. And I can tell you from a personal experience, that's malarkey. That is just from somebody who doesn't want to use a long putter because they're afraid of what their buddies may say. And you start making putts, they stop talking about it. Truth of the matter is, once you practice a little bit on the length of stroke, determining how far the ball goes, so that your distance control is proper, you will find that you can become an excellent putter from long distance. And it's just amazing how good you will putt on those 3, 4, 5 foot putts, and how your confidence will be. So my personal experience has been that it saved my putting and saved my golf game, put the joy back in the game for me. And I've been using a long putter now for 10 years, and I'm an excellent putter, and it's because of the long putter method. Okay, well, I'd like to go out in the lab now and show you the recommended method of using the long putter. This will be a demonstration of how to use the long putter. The long putter takes advantages of the smoothing effect of a pendulum stroke. The pendulum being the long shaft with the putter head on it. To begin with, for a right-handed golfer, the left-hand grip is basically thumb and forefinger holding the top of the grip, and the other fingers just resting lightly on the upper grip. So that is the pivot point. So the putter head and shaft are moved back and forth, with this being the pivot. This is anchored, the base of your top hand, base of the thumb, is anchored into the center sternum area of your chest. So that would look like this. The right hand, for a right-handed golfer, you're using a pencil type grip between the thumb and forefinger that would give you maximum sensitivity and best touch for distance control. And that goes on the lower grip. So you have something in the setup then that will look like this. And the idea is that you're going to have a stroke that goes straight back and straight through. You're going to keep everything in your body perfectly still. There's no head movement, no upper body movement. You do not want to rock your shoulders. You do not want to do this kind of stuff. You don't want any body movement. The whole beauty of this concept is that being locked in this pivot point, everything is nice and stable. From the side, you will address the ball, with the ball in the middle of your stance. Your eyes either directly over the ball or slightly inside the line of the ball. And again, it will be just straight back and straight through is all it takes. And so with that kind of stroke, and with that simple a stroke, all your short ones are going to go in. Won't that be fun?